Next up on WTV, an update to Hack, this week's edition of My Life As, and today's Sports Minute. WTV's daily update starts now. Good morning, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Thursday, February 20th, and I'm Shreya Jagan with today's daily update brought to you by Wingspan TV. Students and staff are noticing a new look when they log into some of the school's computer apps. WTV's Luke Martin has the details.
With students having a 4-day weekend and teachers having a 3-day weekend, the Frisco ISD Technology Department took advantage of the long weekend by updating some of the district's software, including the Teacher Gradebook, Home Access Center, eSchool Administration, and online vote requests.
They're implementing a new system called Guardian Gateway, where the former system was where parents, if they wanted to see their kids' grades, would have to log into Hack using their students' Hack information. So there's two changes with that. So number one is this Guardian Gateway system. In January, every parent was sent an email to set up a Guardian Gateway account, which is nice for them because now they run their own accounts. They can reset their own password at any time and kind of do a self-serve type deal.
But like many new updates, not everything works right away as some students are experiencing problems.
I realized that I couldn't click on anything, and I don't know if that was just a problem with me, but instead of having multiple links I could click on, I couldn't click on anything and I could only stay on the home page.
The district is currently working to resolve any issues, but students that are still having difficulty can email digital learning coach Clayton Pope at popec@friscoisd.org. Reporting for WTV, I'm Luke Martin.
Moving from grades to the classroom, Caleb Hendricks has the details on freshmen learning about different countries, provinces, and states across the globe in AP Human Geography classes.
With the introduction of freshmen learning about different countries, provinces, and states across the globe, the next topic is the continent Europe.
I just think it's helpful, it's important. It's also interesting because you have sometimes countries that are trying to break away and start their own nation and their own state, and so that's interesting to look at too.
Although learning about the countries could be exciting, it could also help them with the end of the year AP exam, which they all take in May.
I think it will help them first just to do well in the class, to do well on the initial test, and then it'll help our AP Human Geography students because we have an end of the year AP exam, and so they can ask you any question about anywhere in the world. And so knowing locations, knowing capitals, knowing where all these things are happening, what languages are spoken there is going to help them.
Students such as freshman Matthew Bishop seem to agree.
I think it's important because it kind of helps introduce our new unit and we know where everything is before we start learning about what happens in those specific countries and continents. It helps us understand and it introduces us to concepts we'll have to learn later in the year.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Caleb Hendricks.
On this week's edition of My Life As, WTV takes a look into the life of a baseball player lost in town.
Well, normally we go up to the field and we get warmed up dynamic and stuff, and then we usually we hit in the cages and then we field on the dirt, and then at the end of practice we usually do a competition between two different teams of varsity, and then JV or freshmen, they field for us, and at the end of practice sometimes we run. I've been playing baseball since I'm 5, I think. I like competition, I like to compete, so baseball is a competitive sport. Varsity is, I think it's a lot more fun because I think we compete more than the freshmen and JV teams do with each other, as a team. And I think practices are just more fun.
WTV's Walker Shippey gives you a look at a softball preview on today's Sports Minute.
Softball competes in the Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD Tournament of Champions tomorrow through Saturday. Tomorrow, the girls are taking on Bishop Lynch at 9 a.m. and Thomas Jefferson at 1. All games are happening at Orrin Good Park. For WTV Sports, this is Walker Shippey.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. NHS applications are now available at bit.ly/LHS-NHS app coversheet 2020, or stop by room C225 or room C216 to pick one up. The deadline is February 28th at 4:30 p.m. February is National CTE Month. Courses in the CTE department provide students with courses that promote creativity, collaboration, and communication. Coursework is relevant and engaging with focus on 21st century skills. That's it for today's daily update. This is Shreya Jagan for Wingspan TV.